This is the 2005 Dodge Viper SRT-10 in this beautiful bright red paint which screams, "Hey, look at me, I'm driving a supercar." Now, coming around the back of this car while intentionally hiding the license plate, I love the shape of this generation Viper. The rear is somewhat subtle, but that's as far as it goes for modesty for this car. Now, when you look at it from the side angle, you have to admit that this looks just as modern as most sports cars today. And the lines that lead to the side vents here really make this car pop. Now, every vent or scoop you see on this car is functional, as the side vents help to filter that hot air out as the engine bay produces a massive amount of heat. The front of this car looks very angry. The grille looks to be giving you this menacing grin as the headlights look to be squinting at you like it knows you're afraid of it. Now, this hood scoop you see is also functional as it feeds cool air to the dual intake just behind it. And the two upper hood vents are functional as well, letting that hot air escape. God, this is a beautiful coupe, and the more I stare at it, the more I fall in love. These Vipers come equipped with 18-inch wheels in the front, wrapped in 275 Michelin Pilot Sports and 14-inch brake discs. Totally necessary. You've got this reminder here that you're driving a Viper, and it does have 10 cylinders. And you've also got this beautiful, great sounding side exhaust, which is one of my favorite parts about the Viper. You have these 19-inch wheels in the back, wrapped in 345 Michelin Pilot Sports. And there's Viper calipers in the front of the disc, as well as Brembo calipers in the back of the disc, something I've never seen before. But it's very, very cool if you ask me. Now, opening this hood is different than most vehicles, as the hood release latch is inside the bottom half of the grille. But once you find that latch and open it, you get this awesome view of this beautiful V10. 505 cubic inches of pure insanity. It produces 500 horsepower and 525 foot-pounds of torque at 4,200 RPM. Married to a Tremec 6-speed manual transmission, and with this car only weighing about 3,400 pounds because of the special fiberglass molding, it will accelerate to 60 miles per hour in less than 4 seconds. And flat out, it would do right around 190 miles per hour. And the red valve covers give it a pretty race type appearance. I love that. And here's the dual intake letting this V10 breathe, baby. This hood is pretty lightweight in itself, once again due to the fiberglass, and it doesn't take much at all to close it. As we move to the interior, you'll notice that these have electronic door handles. And at first glance, the thing you're going to notice is the big Viper in the door sill and a pretty basic driver's door. But looking in the back, you'll see this JL subwoofer and an Alpine speaker, and moving upward, you'll see that they have the roll bar right behind the headrest, which is pretty useful if you ask me. Now, this steering wheel is a good size and a good feel for this car, as my OCD makes me straighten it out just a little bit. And you can see this gauge clutch is pretty cool, and you'll see that she redlines at 6,000 RPM and goes to 220 miles per hour on the speedo. And this specific vehicle only has 39,000 miles. Just look at that shifter knob shake from all that power. I love it. I also love the red start button, as well as the race-inspired gauges, which displays your oil pressure, your oil temperature, your coolant temperature, and your battery charge. It's pretty cool. Pretty basic CD player and AC components, and if you look in the back, you'll see the convertible top hiding in the trunk. But enough geeking out about this car, let's drive this thing. And I mean, just listen to that exhaust, listen. Yo, you hear that shit? Listen to the pop. Oh my God. Hey, I gotta get on the highway. I gotta get in the state. I can't drive this shit in the city because I'll go to jail, I'll be in prison. I gotta take this thing to the highway. You guys, hey, just hold on, I'll take it to the highway. I'll see you there. I'm in this Viper, I just picked it up. Oh my God, you will not believe this shit, man. This shit sounds so good, it's got so much power. Oh my God. My main focus is not get in trouble today. So, listen to this shit. Oh my God. Somebody save me. Somebody come save me. Y'all, hey, make sure y'all got some bail money for me, because I can't guarantee where I'll be at the end of the day. Damn, this shit is stupid, man. This shit is crazy. Oh, man. Damn. Oh, my God. This thing is sick, man. Absolutely sick. Drop it in a second. My first time ever driving, ever being in a Viper, period. So, God, listen to that pop. Oh my God. It's ridiculous, honestly. I've never heard, well, I've heard Vipers before, but I've never been inside of one, let alone never drove one. So to hear this exhaust note when I'm hitting the gas, it is intoxicating, man. It is just, it's like the best feeling in the world right now. I've driven plenty Corvettes, plenty Vets, and this is just hands down the most special car I've ever driven. Oh my God, listen to that sound.
exhaust is nasty. That side exhaust is nasty. Like I said, I'm just trying not to get in trouble today. And by trouble, I mean jail time, because that's exactly where I'm headed to. It's amazing how easy it is to drive this car. Even though I can pretty much drive anything, as long as it's got 4 wheels and a clutch. And excuse you guys, I want to apologize now. I want to apologize if I don't talk much while I'm driving, because it's hard not to pay attention to this exhaust sound, like, and to pay attention to what you're doing, because number one, this is not my car. Number two, this is a very expensive car. Oh my God, I can't even wrap my head around it. I'm driving a fucking Viper right now. And the gears, the shifter gate is very easy to find the next gear. I feel like it almost guides you into the gear by itself. It's almost like, hey, the gear is right here. The gear you're looking for is right here, buddy. So, oh my God, yeah, we need to get on the interstate ASAP, like ASAP rocket, because I can't drive this thing around the town. I just can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. Speed limit is not high enough for me to be driving this thing around town, so we're gonna take this to where it belongs, which is the highway. And I guarantee this thing just eat the road up, man. Out my way. Yeah, this dude right here don't know how to turn. God, this thing is nice, man. And when you let off the gas, listen to that sound. It makes the nastiest little popping burble sounds, man. I know this GoPro shaking like a stripper right now, but I just need to stay still just for a little bit, baby. Just for a little bit. Let me get a little thing going. Let me get a little thing going. But yeah, man, it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. The sounds this car makes. Man, this is my first time driving the V10, and it's everything I ever imagined it would be and more. Like, I don't understand why it took me so long to get my ass into a Viper. Like, I should have done this years ago. Oh my God. And I'm a huge Corvette enthusiast, huge Corvette fan. I go nuts over Corvettes. I can't wait to see the ZR1 and test drive it. And I've always envisioned myself, you know, having Corvette, nothing else but Corvette. But man, I tell you what, the more I drive this, the more I'm like, you need to own a Viper at least once in your life. If you enjoy driving, and I mean really driving, rear wheel drive, 6-speed, you know, you want to hear that exhaust pop, you need to own a Viper at least once in your life, because this is the ultimate driving car. No traction control, no stability. The only thing it has is anti-lock brake system. That's it. That is it. And honestly, well, yeah, you need that. But honestly, at the speeds this car can get up to, that's not going to save you. That is not going to save you by itself. I mean, yeah, you got 345s in the back. And this thing's shaking so bad. Yeah, you got 345s in the back, and it's Michelin Pilot Sports, which is like pretty much some of the stickiest tires you can get out there. But anti-lock brake system is not going to save you by itself with the speeds this car can get up to. It's got 220 on the dash. It'll do 200, no questions about it. Shifting the filter. It'll do 200, no questions about it. But you don't want to be doing that in this car unless you're on the track, of course, or if you go to Mexico, like I'm about to do in a little bit when I get on the highway here. Because you know, you guys know, like, you already know. You might not know me that well, but you're about to learn now. I gotta go full race car mode in this shit, man. Like, oh man, I can't wait to get on the highway, because this is not doing it justice right now. Damn, I'm over here tripping, bugging out. Like, red lights are my worst enemy right now. And let me talk about the stairs you get. Hold on, let me see here. The stairs you get in this car, everybody you pass by, especially because I have the top down, everybody you drive by in this car is staring. And I can't blame them, because if I were driving and this passed me, I'll be breaking my damn neck too. I'm a car enthusiast, I'm a car freak, so I'll be breaking my neck too. But I mean, it is ridiculous. And the thing that I noticed is mostly older guys who are staring, the older crowd, because they know exactly what this car is. I know a lot of the younger kids, they might know oh yeah, it's a Viper, but they might not like it that much because they like the new generation, the 5th generation of the Viper. Oh man, but let me tell you, man, the 3rd and 4th generation of the Viper, it is so special. Something so special, something you can't fathom in your mind. You have to experience it to actually understand the things that goes on with this car. And I mean, it is just, oh man, I want one so bad now. I want one so bad now. So bad. Oh, hear that pop. Damn, did you hear that pop? Oh man, I gotta get on the interstate. I gotta get on the interstate. I gotta get on the interstate. Oh man, I filled up the tank with premium. The owner gave me the car with about a half a tank, and I said, no, I'm gonna need a full tank of gas because we're gonna do some driving in this thing. We're gonna do some driving in this damn thing. Man, listen to that pop. It's ridiculous, man. I can't tell you how bad I want to downshift in a second right now, just whew, but I'm not gonna do that for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, there's too much traffic around. Reason number 2, I know it's got 345s on the back and it's sticky, and this car is meant to accelerate, but this car is also meant to break the tires loose. And yeah, it's a hot sunny day here in Florida, but that doesn't mean anything with 500 horsepower. 500 horsepower can get you in trouble in any type of weather conditions. I'm not gonna drop it in a second just yet. Just yet. Let's wait until the car warms up a little bit more before we start to really try to go ham in it. It drives just as good as it sounds. I mean, you would think it's like driving a tractor, but no, I mean, the ride is smoother than I thought it would be. Just about as smooth as any Corvette you're gonna have. And the steering is fairly easy. Actually, the steering is it's more responsive than I thought it would be. It's really light. As soon as you like touch it a little bit to the left, it's turning. As soon as you touch it to the right, it's turning. So you really have to make sure you keep hands on the steering wheel at all times, because you know, a little tiny movement will move this car from left to right, no problem. I'm about to drop it here. All right, I'm not gonna do it. So I promised myself I wouldn't go to jail today. I promised myself that, and I'm keeping my word. So at least I'm gonna try. I brought at least like $200 with me just in case. You always got to keep at least 200 for bail. You never know. So I made sure I left the house with at least 200 cash in my pocket, just in case I need the bail money, because I have no clue what the hell is going to happen today. I know I'm going to have fun, but I don't know how far that's going to take me. But we'll see, and we'll see together. Now, we're going over a railroad tracks now. Let's see how bumpy it is. Not bad at all. I mean, just like I said, just like any Corvette you'll have, any Challenger you'll have, it's all the same, man. This car is not hard to drive at all. It doesn't give you a fit. It's just like a normal car. I thought we were gonna stop. Oh, thank you. Get out of the way. Hey, I gotta get on the highway, man. I don't even know if it's police behind me or not. I need to start checking. One thing I did notice about this car, and I don't know if it's because I had the top down or not, but with the top down, the rear visibility is not all that great, because I can kind of see, well, yeah, it's not because of the top. It's just because, and I know it might be because I'm a little short. I'm only like 5'4", 5'5", you know, but, oh man, the visibility from the sides is not all that bad, but, you know, the A and B pillar, where the rear pillars, it's a little challenging sometimes, and just because it's not my car, I try to be extra cautious, so I make sure I look over my shoulder. The visibility is not bad at all in this car. Not bad at all. Better than the Camaro. I've driven plenty of Camaros, and it's much better than the Camaro. I'll tell you that. Yeah, man, this is crazy. I wish you guys were here. Well, you are here with me right now, but I wish you were in the car with me to witness this. This car is so much fun. I missed my turn to get on the interstate, so I'll catch it on another side. Gotta make sure nobody's there. God damn it! That was 100 right there. That was 100 right there. So easy, too easy. Oh my God. Too easy. Go back in the fifth, man. Damn, it's too easy. I've experienced a lot of power, like almost 500, but it was an automatic Corvette. It was heavily modified. I've never experienced this much torque going through a 6-speed. I think this has the TR 66, something like that transmission. Quote me if I'm wrong. I know it's a TR something. It's a 6-speed, and when you put it to the floor, and it's close to the floor, you feel the shifter moving around like, oh my, like you have to really grip it, slam it into the gear because it feels like it'll move on you, even though it won't. That's just the amount of torque it has. Oh my God, this thing is sick. This thing is sick. Oh my God. All right, I see an open lane. I'm gonna get over there. Oh no, this car's gonna mess it up for me. It was a wide open lane, like no cars in front of it. I was gonna go in that lane and go stupid. That car fucked it up for me. It don't matter. He's moving at a nice little pace, so and if he switches lanes, I'm gonna drop this bitch back down at 4 and give it the beans. I'm on the bridge now. I'm on the bridge now, baby. I'm gonna drop it back down in the 4. Listen to it. Realize until you get inside of this car just how long the hood is, and if you're British, how long the bonnet is. But this snout is so long, and I love the little vents that you can see on each side. I'm pretty short, so I can't really see completely like to the edge of it, but I can kind of gauge where it is just by looking at the car before I got in. But the hood is so damn long. Of course, because it has a V10, the engine is long, it's huge. But you take for granted how long the front of this car is, and you really have to be careful when you're parking, because you don't want to accidentally tap anything. But everywhere I've been today, and everywhere I'm going today, I've been parking away from everyone else, where no one else can park next to me, because I don't want anything to happen to this car. And yeah, I've got it. I've got insurance, full coverage, everything like that. Everything will be taken care of. But nobody wants to go through that, and nobody wants to damage someone else's baby. Like if someone were to damage my Corvette, or if I had a Viper and this was my Viper, I'd be pissed. So I don't want that to happen to the owner. So I'm trying to, be at least a little careful with it, a lot careful with it actually. But of course I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna do some pulls in it, just like he would expect me to do. When I went and picked up the car from him, we talked about it. He gave me the rundown on the power and everything about it, all the little quirks about the car. But he said, this car, when it comes to grip, it doesn't have traction control. He said, and this car is not like most cars you drive where you can kind of sense when it's going to let go. Like, you hear the tire squeal and then you let go. This car, he said, it's like it's gripping, and then boom, you let go. So he said it's very unpredictable when it does let go. He said, but the great thing about it is when it's really hot outside like it is now and the ground is dry, you're pretty much good to go, unless you went 100 around the turn or something, which I wouldn't do. This is not a Porsche. But like I say, you're pretty much good to go on a nice warm day like this. Now, if it starts raining, which I know if it starts raining, that's a whole nother story. He said it's a whole nother story if it starts raining. You pretty much have to baby this car if it starts raining. No traction control, 500 horsepower. It's not like the tires are brand new. It's got nice tread on it, but the tires are not brand new. So you really got to be careful if the weather turns for the worst on you. I think we're pretty much safe today. I don't think we have too much to worry about as far as the weather goes. So yeah, that's it for that. I'm gonna have fun with this car today. I was recording just now. I just got a little sideways. I took off at first. I didn't screech the tires out at first, but I took off a little bit at first. Then I hit it. I went sliding on me. It slid a little bit. Caught it again. Grabbed second, and it went sliding again. But I know how to keep it, and keep it tame, keep it straight. Man, that shit was it sounded so demonic. Like it sounds like a monster that came from under your bed trying to kill you. Like I can't even describe it, man. This car is just amazing. I have to have a Viper. I have to have a Viper. I'm telling you. I was never really a big fan of Vipers. I liked them. It was like, yeah, it's a Viper. It's got a V10. It's a fast car. It looks good. But now it's like, it's got a piece of me now. It's like, it resides right here. And I have to own one. I must own one. I'm telling you, like, think it's a game. I'm going to own a Viper. It might not be before I get a Corvette, but sometime in my life, I'm going to own a Viper. Mark my words. Driving this car makes you appreciate driving a 6-speed. I'm telling you, it's just It's ridiculous. The way this car pulls, it's a nice Roush. The way this car pulls through every gear, it pulls all the way to red line. You're never at a loss for power. It is just ridiculous. I mean, and it's got AC. You know, it's got a nice radio that works, but it's nothing extravagant. No Dodge is going to be extravagant. You don't expect much out of a Dodge interior, but I just love the little gauges. The oil pressure gauge, the oil temperature gauge, the coolant temperature, and the battery gauge. But I mean, all in all, this car is just phenomenal. It's phenomenal. It's a blast to drive. Once you get used to it, it's very easy to drive. I feel like a beginner can drive this car who's just learning how to drive a manual. And I mean, I'm just so happy with the way this day has gone with this car. It's a blast to drive, honestly. I mean, if you ever get an opportunity to drive or ride in the Viper, either one, please just take it. I'm telling you, it's going to be well worth it. Well worth it. Trust and believe me, it's definitely worth it. Now that I've gotten used to the way this car shifts and the sweet spots and the shifter gate, it's just, man, I don't want to say I've gotten too comfortable with it, but because you never want to get too comfortable with 500 horsepower. That's how you get yourself in trouble, or that's how you get yourself dead. So, but I mean, just the amount of time that I've had it and been with it, it is just, oh my God, it is crazy. It's a dream to drive, man. It really is a dream. And like I said, for all you burnout lovers, I apologize. We're not going to do any burnouts because it's not my car. Even though the owner is pretty cool, I'm not going to do that to his tires. I mean, the tires are not bald. They're also not brand new. I would say he has like 50% tread. So I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to burn through his tires like that. That'll just be, that's a dick move, basically. It's an asshole move. I don't want to, you know, make them have to go buy new rear tires. The front tires look really good. Of course, with it being a rear wheel drive, it should look good. But the back two are not 100%. Sure, even if they were 100%, I would still be sliding around in first gear like I was back there, just because of how much torque it has. 500 horsepower, 525 foot-pound torque. I can't say that enough. You don't understand what 525 foot-pounds of torque feels like until you put your foot down in second gear and you feel all your internal organs just shift to the back. It is ridiculous, man. These lights, these are the lights when it's nighttime. I guess when you turn on the headlights, you get these lights that come on. This car also has the first to fourth skip shift feature, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you know, I'm all for saving gas. Even though the gas mileage isn't that bad, I got the car with a half a tank, and I burnt just about a quarter tank, almost a quarter tank before I filled up. And I drove this car from Tampa to Clearwater, all around Clearwater to St. Pete, back to Clearwater to Tampa, and now back to Clearwater, and I've only wasted a half a tank of gas, which is crazy. I mean, it's no Corvette. You know, you're not going to get 30 miles to the gallon on the highway cruising like you would in a Corvette, which is absurd for a 6.2 liter V8. But I mean, it's better than you would think on gas. I mean, I'm not burning too much gas today, and I've been driving, you know, pretty spiritedly here and there. So, I mean, to each his own. I mean, this might not be the car for everybody, but this is definitely one car that I want to have in my stable soon, and I will have it in my stable after the Corvette, of course. So, you know, stay tuned. I was gonna end it just then, but I'm getting ready to go under a overpass, so you know what time it is. Sickness. This car is like sick. It's ill, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's ill, like sick. Take it to the doctor. Not really, but take me to the doctor. Oh man, I don't even tell you what I did to myself. But I had to clean myself up a couple times, like I said. Oh, this car is sick, man. And now that I'm pulling in, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe. You guys stay safe, and I will see you next time.